Hello everyone, my name is Gurgiev and I'm SharePoint developer. Today I'll try to explain how we can debug SharePoint Framework unit tests. I already have one unit test created over here, and this is a hello world web part built in React. That is my whole mocha file. We start with described and the name of the suite. Then we have a before hook here, mocha before hook, where we mount our React component so we can test it. And then we execute the unit test here. Our unit test is very simple. We will try to find an element within the React component and verify that that element exists. So basically that's the element that we are after. That one. In a typical scenario, you will run go test. The test will run and will pass or fail. But if we'd like to add a breakpoint here within the unit test, or even here, or even on the before hook, we can debug and the unit tests, and we can say debug. We can specify that with that additional parameter here, so that we'll still run the Karma server, but we would be able to debug. I'll start the server. And as you can see, I'm getting a warning, unused expression. We can suppress these warnings by placing a TSLint exception here on the top. Now, the Karma server started, this URL, and I'll open it into the Chrome. There is the Karma. We're more interested in that debug button on the top right here. I'll hit the debug. Now, debug runner. This is a blank page, but if we open the Chrome Developer Tools by hitting F12, we can debug. You can see that in the console window our tests already succeeded, but the tests are located at top base temp tests. And if we try to find our test there somewhere, there you go. There is the test, and I can specify a breakpoint here, and I can hit F5 to refresh. So I'm hitting the breakpoint. And this is how you can debug unit tests. Now, it failed because of a timeout error. So Mocha has a 2 seconds timeout by default. If you'd like to debug, you can disable that timeout so you can freely debug. That is the trick here. You can say mocha timeout 0, and if we rerun the Karma server now, just by doing another go test debug, I won't fail into that timeout error, hopefully. Okay. We don't get error because of the TSLint. We disable that warning. Might be important for you because the build, if you have an automated build that fails some warnings, the unit test will fail the build. That's my case. Now the server is running again. If I hit F5, I'm getting to my breakpoint again. And if I hit play, I don't get that error message anymore, so I can freely debug. Now, apart from debugging the unit test itself, we can debug also the hooks, the mochi hooks. So I can place a breakpoint here and debug the before hook. I can also debug the React component itself. For example, if that test fails for some reason, and I don't know the reason, I can debug the React component itself along with the unit tests. So I can find the React component. It is still in the same test file. So maybe I can find it by class, for example, that one. And if I go here, if I say find it, there you go. That is my React component. And that's the render method. Because I only have one render method, I will debug the render method. So I'll place a breakpoint here. Now, what's going to happen? That render method is part of the lifecycle and it fires once the React component is initialized or created. And when I run my unit tests, the before hook breakpoint will trigger first. Then, because on that before hook, we will create the React element. That means that once we create the React element, it will trigger the render method within the React element, the React component. So we will hit the React component, and then we will hit our unit test breakpoint as well. Let's just try. I'll hit F5. So we're in the before hook, where the React component will be created. Then, because the React component is already created, it runs the render method. We're within the render method breakpoint. And then we are within the unit test breakpoint. So you can see that we can fully test our unit, fully debug our unit tests. And now, because I was trying to find all my code around this very big file, there is another better way to do it. We can specify the debugger keyword, and we can also go here, the before hook, and use the debugger, and we can also go here within our unit test and use debugger. And I have to run the Karma server because I did changes here already. So the Karma server is already up and running. And if I go here, I don't need these breakpoints anymore. I will just try to remove them. Remove. And if I hit F5 to refresh, I will hit my debugger keyword and I can debug from now on. Then another debugger within the React component. And if I hit play, another debugger within the unit test here. So that's just another way how you can more easily debug. We're debugging JavaScript and we're debugging the actual JavaScript file. It's not ideal, it's not a first class experience like you would debug it from the IDE, but we can still debug unit tests, and that's a good thing. In the next demo, I'm going to show you how we can debug and make changes within the React component in parallel, so we can do something like a test-driven development. And thanks for watching.